Greatest people are self-managing. They don't need to be managed. Once they know what to do, they'll go figure out how to do it, and they don't need to be managed at all. What they need is a common vision, and that's what leadership is. What leadership is having a vision, being able to articulate that so the people around you can understand it, and getting a consensus on a common vision. We wanted people that were insanely great at what they did, but we're not necessarily those seasoned professionals, but who had at the tips of their fingers and in their passion the latest understanding of where technology was and what we could do with that technology, and who wanted to bring that to lots of people. So the neatest thing that happens is when you get a core group of 10 great people, it becomes self-policing as to who they let into that group.
Workplace Horror Stories Episode 1. The truth about who really gets bullied in the workplace. If you've ever had a job, you've probably experienced some form of bullying. Have you ever noticed how many people of color are supervisors? I've noticed a large number of older women in these positions, especially women of color. While this is not the focus of this article, it's worth mentioning. The real issue is who gets bullied in the workplace. In my experience, young people, particularly young men who are not well connected, are the most targeted. This is not to say that other demographics don't experience harassment, but it seems that the plight of young men is often overlooked. I've witnessed young men being verbally assaulted for minor reasons, and even for no reason at all. I don't believe that people should be treated nicely just because, but it's clear that if any other group were subjected to this level of harassment, action would be taken. These young men are often targeted by older women, who treat them as they would their own sons or the fathers of their children. The level of abuse and cattiness is unbearable, and any man can attest to this. While other demographics may also have their own stories, the severity of the situation for young men is unparalleled. These young men are often targeted by older women, who treat them as they would their own sons or the fathers of their children. The level of abuse and cattiness is unbearable, and any man can attest to this. While other demographics may also have their own stories, the severity of the situation for young men is unparalleled. It's already difficult enough for us to enter the workforce with 2 strikes against us. As young men, we are constantly assumed to be guilty of something, and we are constantly reminded of our past and potential mistakes. Let me give you some insight. The majority of young men just want to do their job and go home. We are not interested in making friends or getting involved in workplace drama. We simply want to do our work and leave. We are often forced to go through sensitivity training and other forms of nonsense because we are supposedly insensitive to other demographics. However, the truth is that we face discrimination every day because of our gender, more than any other demographic in the workplace. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone who is honest. I would estimate that at least 70% of workplaces are like this. And let me clarify, I am specifically referring to young men who are not well connected, which makes up the majority of men in the workplace. Men who are well connected often receive special privileges, but they are the minority. And while older men may have an easier time in certain areas, they have also faced similar challenges in the past. There is a common misconception that young people don't want to work. However, if you were to separate the younger men from the rest, I guarantee you would see amazing productivity. It's difficult to do a job when someone is constantly breathing down your neck. As always, have a great day, and remember that you matter more than you think. As always, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.